And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach and the AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Where are we coming from?
We are from the center of the sports universe here at Coach's Corner.
And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope it was a lot of fun, a lot of food. I mean, that's what it's all about, a lot of football. Hey, I got a lot to watch a lot of football on Thursday, and a little enjoyment yesterday afternoon about 3:30. So, I mean, this man didn't respond when I said, go Irish, beat heels. And once again, that's
getting a new phone.
My college team is Notre Dame. So even though George is up there,
hey man, I tell you, Ian Book is legit.
Yep.
He's a really good player. There's a play there. You saw him. I think it was 3rd and 3 down there in Carolina, and he just makes a big circle, and we can't tackle him. It's like one of these things you draw on Sports Center, and
throws it on the hand pass.
Yeah.
And it's the luck of the Irish. Top of the morning to you. But, go Irish. Go Irish, okay? I know. I'm not a big Brian Kelly fan. I never have been a Brian Kelly fan.
He's got the all-time winningest coach now.
No, he's not. He still hasn't beaten a Canute yet. He has not beat Coach Rocky.
What did they say yesterday?
Rocky's got 105. He's got 100. So he's got 5 to go. He passed somebody. I don't know who he passed. But you know what? I don't care.
You know who he passed?
No. He didn't pass Rockney. That's all I know.
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz. Oh, Lou Holtz.
I thought that was the guy.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me.
All right. Sorry.
For me.
My bad.
He doesn't.
My bad. We got up on a tangent.
I grew up with Ara Parsegian. There was a class coach right there. Rudy. But he left. Dan Devine.
He left. Dan Devine from the Green Bay Packers.
Right. And they had to beg him to let Rudy play. But anyway, that's another story.
Sorry. My bad.
Let's not talk Notre Dame football here.
I got something wrong.
But anyway, good morning. We're glad you could be with us. We're here every Saturday morning. Remember, it's part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have 3 shows. Wednesday night kicks off with Rubbin and Grubbin. We got a little Grubbin right there. These guys talk NASCAR, and they get free food from Coach's Corner. Dan Foles, where's mine? I'm acting like Dan Foles right here. I won't use any curse words. We don't have a cuss bucket here. No, I'm only joking. So it's
the Coach show here.
Yeah, so Rubbin and Grubbin. Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, Lawrence Bennett does a great job.
Amazing.
Great NASCAR show. They'll be, even though we got 80
some days. So
it was 83 on Wednesday.
Yeah. So about
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we got 80 days.
Yeah, 8 days to Daytona 500.
I can't even name famous number 80 car. These guys can tell you cars from 1 to 100.
They're going to attempt it. So if you want to check it out, that every Wednesday night they're trying to cover it.
They're gonna we got to slide back. Coaches right there, Rubbin and Grubbin right with us. There you go, Lawrence. Rubbin and Grubbin, okay? And then, of course, we come on at 7 o'clock. Great guest next Wednesday night. She can't come in as the Athlete of the Week. This young lady did, best cross-country runner. Well, the best times for local female cross-country runners in high school, Candace Kiefer. Yep. She'll be on Wednesday. I got someone to come out of the woodwork. Before it was the coach in AD, it was the coach in Makos. If you don't know Melissa Makos, this young lady, and she's still young in my mind, is so talented, whether it's broadcasting, journalism, teaching, fitness. She wrote an article about Candace, and if you want to check it out, go to the Prep Sports Report website. Go to the Effingham County page. Unbelievable article. You got to read what this young lady did. So Candace Kiefer, she'll come on. But, then, of course, we'll get out of here about 7:45. Then we come back on Saturday mornings. I like to call it Saturday Morning Live. I used to love Saturday Night Live, but I don't stay up and watch that anymore. But anyway, and then we got a podcast. That's right. It's called the Hot Grid Podcast with Spencer Maddox, Calvary boy. And then we got Travis Janon, a Hornet boy. Okay, Savannah Country Day. They do a great job. They talk national sports.
They're fun.
They get into it big time. So if you want to check it out, the Hot Grid Podcast. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. Wherever you listen to a podcast.
You can find it.
Maybe we should try that. I can do it. We can take the audio out of here and make podcasts.
Let's do it, man. Why not? Let's expand our footprint.
Yeah, one more thing I got to do.
True.
But besides being the coach and the AD, or the AD and the coach,
head basketball coach.
Okay,
here.
Yeah. So when
and he's got sick playoff state. We'll get to that.
We'll get into it later on. Okay, here's the guest for today. We got to get out of here because John Nelson's going to be on soon. We got one game from the Frenzy. Frank Silkowski, Amy Zimmer sent us one game, the only game in town, Richmond Hill. We got John Nelson. I was trying to get Hannah Gooden, the real lead star of the Nelson and Gooden team on Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports, but we don't know that yet. I asked John, never heard back from him, so I guess she's not coming on. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete. This young man had a great game last week. Not one, not 2, but 3 interceptions, 6 tackles, and he did something. Offensively, he was all off the chart too, right?
Yeah, he had 2 catches for 90 yards, and one that I thought was going to be when Jake Mickler let it go, I thought it was going to get picked, and somehow Brogan comes out of the corner, takes it, puts his foot in the turf, and goes for a touchdown.
Brogan Korta with the catch. All right, but he'll be on. He's our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Calvary Day School Senior. Hey, people, nominate somebody.
Nominate them.
Get off your butt.
Get them in
Get
here.
on the phone.
Get
Text
in
me.
here.
I know that's all everybody wants to do. They want to text. They don't want to email anymore. They don't want to call anymore. They want to text you. I'm getting texts from businesses now. I mean, what is this? But anyway, that's another story, okay? But Brogan Korta, he'll be on about 9:30. Then we got South C. Johnson High School. We had this guy back on in June when he was named the head coach for the South C. Johnson Adams Smashers boys basketball program. He got his first win last week, Chuck Campbell. All right, so we're going to go to the scoreboard right now. Let's go to the scoreboard before we go to the frenzy. All right. Started last night, the only game in town.
Only game in town.
You got to have an information sheet
I
there.
do.
Okay, there's that.
What's that? I was looking. I was in the right packet.
There it is.
There
right
it is.
there.
That one.
There you go.
Man, I tell you, this guy's amazing. All right, only game in town last night. All right, Class 6A, Richmond Hill versus Lakeside Evans. In Richmond Hill, it was early and often. They took care of business. They keep building the hill out there. 56-0 over Lakeside Evans. All right, and so then we had everybody was on the road for Class 3A. Johnson went to Peach County. We knew it was going to be tough for them Smashers going to Peach County. Peach County won 47-0. Chris, I thought this would be a closer game. I really did. Chris County, though, all over Windsor Forest, 35-0. Windsor, though, great year. Mike had a great year as well.
Mike Caballero. Now he goes to basketball, and he even makes that basketball team even better. Go ahead.
Yes, he does. All right, so Windsor ends their season. Then in Class 1A private, near Christian or Calvary played last night. But Country Day traveled Whitfield. I watched pretty much 3/4 of this game, and they had a chance there at the end. They had enough possession to go down and tie. Whitfield Academy, though, just too much, 27-21. Barry Kleinpier, they were talking about him the whole game last night. You know, he was making tackles. He's playing outside linebacker. They walk him up at DN. He was all over the place, and so. But
he'll be back next year.
He'll be back.
Can't wait till he decides where he's going.
Yeah.
I heard there's a little sky blue or godly blue from the someplace called sits on Chapel Hill.
That's right.
North Carolina.
Yeah, made a little there, made a little Wake Forest action, little Demon Deacons.
I'm telling you, I watched this game. They got the ball back with like 3 minutes left. I thought he was going to pull it out.
They did, man.
But Whitfield Academy, I mean, they beat somebody really – they didn't beat them, but they were really close with somebody that's really big time in Class A.
North Cobb.
Elka.
Yeah,
Eagles Landing Christian Academy, okay?
Yeah, they gave Elka all they could handle.
Right. So anyway, and today we got Saturday matinees. We got Saturday night games. If you want to go to a game today at Memorial Stadium, Mr. Forecaster here, all right, said that the
rain about 2:30-ish.
All right, kicking off at 2 o'clock. We'll have Hardaway coming into Memorial Stadium, taking on Islands, who's hosting their first ever in-town playoff game. Then you come back at 7 o'clock. You can watch Benedictine, who hasn't played forever, take on Troup County. And then Jenkins is all the way out in Columbus, taking on Carver Columbus. So they'll play at 6 o'clock. So 2 games in town today. So we'll see what happens. Savannah Christian Calvary. Savannah Christian got a bye. Calvary got a bye. Savannah Christian will be hosting next week, right? Am I right?
Yes. Who are they hosting? Yeah, St. Anne Pacelli.
St. Anne Pacelli. You know what I mean? St. Anne Pacelli. And then Calvary's on the road.
FPD and
who they beat earlier this year.
Yep. So be a good game. FPD's got their running back together. We got 2 of our guys were out, so it'd be a great game up in Macon. And what I'm hoping for, all right, George Walton pulled up a big win up last night at Holy Innocents, so that takes care of the 2 seed from up there. If they can go and get Christian Heritage this week, we might have another game at home.
More work you need, but that's worth it, okay?
Oh,
all right, get your script. Let's get going, okay? From the Frenzy, the only game in town, the only game over at the Hill, Richmond Hill against Lakeside Evans.
Lakeside Evans.
All right, here we go, and I'll give you the countdown. Ready? Oh, there we go. Now we can go. Okay.
The only local team in action Friday night. We start in the Hill. That's Richmond Hill, where the Wildcats were hosting Lakeside Evans. The Wildcats taking the atonement defense. Interception for the Wildcats by Bodie Custer. Then minutes later, Richmond Hill going to light up the scoreboard. Isaiah Allen at quarterback calls his own number to the left side. has a brick wall, cutbacks, and enters the end zone 7-0 Wildcats. And then the blowout, you saw a little happiness there, a little whiteout for them. Blowout was on. Huge second quarter for the home team. It was 14-0. And Tyler Coleman back at quarterback. He hits Jordan Clark on the money. Clark hits Pater TD 21-0. The Wildcat fans playing cheer about during this first play out. There you go. Round matchup there. Lakeside's offense just not going anywhere.
Bring the wood.
Gregory Freitman brings the wood. I want a great last name. But big hit on defense for the Cats. Man, Richmond Hill's offense on the roll. Handoff goes to the man in the backfield all year. Ishad Robinson. This Wildcat can run. He can play. He totes rock into the zone for yet another Wildcat score. On student kickoff, all right, Wildcat special teams doing a thing. Gets the ball right back. Wildcats forcing a fumble. They're covered deep inside Lakeside territory. A couple plays later, you got it. It's Coleman, offensive coordinator, dials his number on. Beautiful option keeper, which goes for a touchdown. I mean, they just rolled and rolled and rolled last night. So 56-0. Now they got to go on
next
the road.
week. They go on the road.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to matter for them. They got to go to Augusta. I think go play another Augusta school, but I think they got the numbers dialed in right there.
So, all right. So as we wait for our man John Nelson to come on, I don't see him yet. This is 3 steps in the door. So high school sports, basketball started big time. Calvary held the Calvary Thanksgiving Classic, and then like I said, a lot of schools playing. Johnson beat Jenkins to give Coach Chucky Campbell his first win. Wrestling, we did have one wrestling duel going on. The turkey duels up at South Effingham. Not as many teams, but they got it kicked off. And wrestling is one of the sports that they're really worried about.
Yeah, I saw it, and I love it. You know, right. I follow a lot of social media. Atlanta schools love it. Athens Academy, others are participating in wrestling as well. So, hey, it's going. We're getting ready to get started. We're getting ready to send our first our guys out to a couple tournaments here shortly. And so wrestling's happening, basketball's happening, and so it's going, man. Winter sports have started, and it seems like this time we should be playing. Getting into the 3rd or 4th round of state playoffs, but we're in the 2nd, and I love it though. So it's great. I like how it's a little bit later in the year, honestly, for all of us.
All right, let's go step 2. We go to the colleges now. Go right ahead.
Man, the colleges. All right, so Georgia Southern at Georgia State today at noon.
Who's the real GSU?
Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
But we'll find out today, though.
I mean, Georgia State won big time last week. Georgia Southern lost a heartbreaker 28-27. I watched that against Army. Yeah. Go Army beat Navy, but Go Eagles beat Army, but it didn't happen. Georgia Southern had a 21-7 lead.
Yeah. So, Southern had that one last week as well. Georgia Tech is hosting Duke tonight at 7, and then Georgia at South Carolina, 7:30 there. And as South Carolina looks for a new football coach or some
Mike Bobo.
Rumors starting to square up there who might be
right. Mike Bobo's the interim who was Georgia phenom, coached at Georgia, went out Colorado State, the Rams, came back and took over the offense coordinator for Mr. Muschamp. Muschamp was fired, so Bobo stepped in. So
I hear a lot of Beamer,
yeah,
Beamer in that
young Beamer, not the old Beamer.
Yeah, offense coordinator out there at Oklahoma.
Right, so he might be back. All right, Georgia Tech finally hits the field.
Oh my gosh, man!
Bobby Dowd Stadium, the home of the Heisman, Coach Heisman. That's where it all started. They'll take on Duke. I think Trent Broadneck's have a little. Well, he'll be playing tonight at 7:00. But Duke has offered, he's
got a lot of kids in this game.
Got a lot of kids in this game. Let's go. So Georgia Tech. Tell us who we got.
We got
Gavin Stewart.
Gavin Stewart.
Right. He's the kicker.
We got
Daquan Dowse.
From
Calvary.
Yes.
Stewart from BC.
Nate Moon there.
Nate Moon from
Savannah
Christian. Yep.
All right. So who are we missing there? Oh, there's someone from place.
Come on, the offensive tackle. He's been there forever. Quinny, right?
Yeah.
Zach
Quinny. Christian.
So he's been there forever. He's been playing for the last 3 years.
It seems that way, don't it?
It seems like forever. So
and then on the Duke side of the ball, Saeed Stevens from Calvary.
What numbers he wear?
34.
34?
32, 34 plays outside linebacker.
A lot of kids in the ACC, North Carolina State, are they playing today? We've got to find out. I mean, we got Dylan McMahon starting at guard.
Dylan McMahon.
Your guy got hurt, right?
Yeah, Tyrone Riley.
Got hurt.
Again.
So, all right. So we'll get to the college football standings at the end. The first poll, who's where, who's going where. We'll talk about it. We'll give it your input about it. But let's go. Step 3, pro sports. The Braves have another starting pitcher. They signed Chuck Morton. You know, I didn't know that. Chuck Morton started way back and when with who? The Atlanta Braves. They threw him in there when he was rookie 12 years ago. He went 4. Okay, I don't have my glasses.
4-8.
4-8 with an ERA 6.15. Then he was gone. He got traded to Pittsburgh. Hey, now he's back for 1 year. Hey, I'll sign a 1 year my Major League Baseball contract for $15 million, wouldn't you?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's a little bit of chunk of change right there. But obviously, they feel comfortable enough with him to bring him in, and the guy's coming back off the DL,
right,
ready to go from there.
You know, the only thing that concerned me, he's a little old. He had some arm problems last year. I mean, he's lights out in the playoffs. He was lights out for Houston, lights out for Tampa Bay. That's the only thing I worried. He had a lot of arm issues this year, and it was only a 60-game schedule.
Yeah, and so you take that, and you, like you said, you go to, if we get a full schedule back with baseball, that is a little bit concerning because the Braves starting pitching, it just seems so thin. Besides the guys at the top rotation, bottom rotation, it seems like we're filling in holes there, and a lot. I figure they probably going to make some more moves before the season gets started, but that's one big one. You
got to go to pro football. I mean, the Falcons 9-3 at halftime. They go to NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana, take on a breezeless. Is that what it was? Breezeless. Okay, Breezeless Saints team. And Mr. Hill goes all over him in the second half, and they wound up losing 34-9. I don't know. It just makes no sense. It's just not the Braves' year. Tomorrow they take on the Raiders. Commitment to excellence, who jumped ship and went to Las Vegas. All right, they're hot though. They're hot. I mean, John Gruden's got them going. Derek Carr. I mean, but here's the scary part: Gurley is not playing, and probably the best receiver in the world, in my mind. Julio Jones is not. He didn't practice all week, so I don't even know he's going to play.
Yeah. So once again, Atlanta's up against it. They've
big
been
time.
They've been up against it. Now, I mean, you talk about the beginning of the season, they had leads. And just think about if you're there, you win the game, you have these massive leads on, you flip the script, you're a 6-3 team.
Yep. It's tough. It's tough. So, all right, PGA Golf, Brian Harman at his home course did not miss the cut. We talked about that Wednesday night at the RSM Open. He's 51st in the FedEx Cup. Overall in the world, he's 93rd. Okay, next PGA tournament is next week at the Macoba Golf Classic in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Okay, and then Gene Sowers will come back at the end of the month. The old timers starts back December 17th at the PNC Championships down there in Orlando, Florida. Korn Ferry Tournament, PGA Korn Ferry. It's like the minor leagues.
Yep.
The Savannah Golf Championship will be held at the Landings Thursday, March 25th to Sunday, March 28th, 2020 at the Landings. And Savannah Sports Council, little grumblings. We might not have the Rumble in the rink.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. It's an uncommon world. It's 2020. But it's not uncommon to have this next guy on our show. He did it last week. He's coming back-to-back. We thought he was going to bring his pretty host that makes him look good and makes him sound good, Hannah Gooden, but I can see she's not joining him. But John Nelson will come on. I watched the whole game last night, Parkview against Camden County. Went to overtime. I mean, great game. You got to talk about that running back from Parkview. I mean, the kid was all world. He hit somebody on the sidelines. I mean, the kid bounced off and went 10 yards.
Yeah.
So we'll get John's input on that. John Nelson coming up from the Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Department, the guru of high school football here in the state of Georgia. I don't know how he does it. He does recruiting. He does football. He does soccer. I bet you if we had a game of tiddlywinks, he could do that too.
Without a doubt.
So, well, you're listening to who?
Listen to
who are we?
We are the Coaching AD.
Coach AD, right here from the center
of Sports Universe.
All right. All part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Up next, after we thank our sponsors, is the man himself, the guru of high school football here in the state of Georgia, John Nelson. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after we do this.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps to the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to put something up and throw across the room. If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Fuller at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD right here at the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's the Coach and AD. Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, AD Coach, Coach AD. We could switch roles, but once again, it's football, high school football playoffs in the state of Georgia. We had this man on last week. He gave us his rundown. You had to watch him last night. I don't know. They gave him like 30 seconds to break down 7 brackets or 8 brackets. How do you do that?
It's almost impossible.
But he didn't forget his microphone last night, but he forgot it this morning, but he found it. So joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, Georgia Public Broadcasting sports guru, the man himself, one cute sports guy, John Nelson. What's up, buddy?
See, you got to get those brackets in. You got to get them moving. Got to get them going. Got to keep it moving. Got to keep it moving the whole time. You just got to go. A lot of brackets. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Did they give you oxygen when you were done with that segment?
Yes, they did. Actually, they had to. It was. I was flying. Let's put it that way. It was. I went straight from first gear to third, and I think I skipped a couple of gears when I was going through and when I was shifting late in the show. But no, it was flying around, boys.
And, I don't know how he did it because I went to the brackets when I knew he was coming to his brackets, and there was nothing written there on the Georgia High School stations. So I don't know how he remembered who won, who lost, who did this, who did that. And he called an overtime football game while he was the sideline, one cute sports reporter on the sideline. I mean, where's Haddon? I wanted Hannah on here. What happened?
I know you did. I talked to Hannah. Hannah had an appointment this morning. She couldn't do it this week. She's honored to be asked. She will be on in subsequent weeks when she does not have a Saturday appointment.
Nice.
Hey, but anyway, if you go to Twitter, you'll see what I'm talking about, how this girl makes him look good. She probably makes him look good in everything he does, right?
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
So, all right, so we had some big games. I mean, we'll start locally. Richmond Hill blowing out Lakeside Evans?
Lakeside Evans.
I mean, and then they get to take on Westlake. So give us a little hindsight about the team in the Hill, what they got to look forward to.
Richmond Hill was one of the first finals that we had on the board last night. And, when you put 56 up on Lakeside Evans, it's pretty much, I think, what a lot of folks expected in that particular game. Westlake, we've had them on Football Fridays 2 weeks ago with their game against Lovejoy. Westlake, you've got a lot of athletes at skill positions. Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech has kind of camped out at Westlake, and he has interest in a lot of their talent. Also, Westlake a couple weeks ago Remember, they were playing for their principal who tragically drowned with his wife on vacation. And so it was a motivated Westlake team a couple weeks ago in their game against Lovejoy, which made Westlake the one, which sent Lovejoy on the road last night. And they lost to Valdosta last night. So Westlake, talented team, very speedy team. They get to the football very quickly. So it's going to be an interesting test for Matt Lizotte and Richmond Hill to come up to Atlanta, close to the airport, and hang out with Westlake next week.
Your turn.
Hey, so, what are some surprises from last night? I mean, you can pick anything across the board that maybe you saw that kind of jumped out at you. It's like, wow, I maybe didn't see that coming.
Well, I mean, for me, Coach, I looked at this particular go-around as some 4s and some 3s that I knew were going to make impacts. So probably if you look at surprises, it might be margins of victory and not necessarily seeds. You can tell when you look at, say, a Brookwood and a Colquitt, how much Dylan Lonergan means to Brookwood. Colquitt County had their way with them last night, 49-3. So that one in 7A was definitely one that stuck out to me. You look at an Archer team that was challenged early. They were down 6-0 at the break, came back to win 21-14, and this was at home against Gainesville also. Then you look at, say, Single A Public with what was going on the coast. I mean, another great game last night was Turner County and Metter. This one was actually a surprise most of the evening. Turner County had a 13-0 lead at one point against the top-ranked team in some polls in Single A Public, but Metter in a back-and-forth fourth quarter came back to win it 20-19. So that one was one that was definitely just the shock of Turner getting the lead early on. Turner County had a Region 1, one of the regions of doom that we talk about in the GHSA. Now they get to host a Mitchell County team, which is traditionally tough out of Region 2. Then you had Clinch and MCA, which went to free football. And that one, once again, was another one of those 2-3s that we talk about. And Clinch County gets the Duke in overtime there. I think Lincoln County, was another surprise for me, going on the road in Single A and knocking off Chatco 29-13. They were pretty much in control. They were up 15-7 at one point, ended up winning 29-13. So I would say probably margins of victory in some of the games were surprises, not necessarily a seeding, because when you look at a team like Coffee going on the road and coming up to the Southern Crescent and beating Ola the way that they did, Coffee was pretty much in control. So I look at it that way as opposed to looking at, like seeding, but just because the season is, and you're an example of this, Coach, with the season being what it is and having to have all these wild cards thrown at you week in and week out. I look at this season pretty much, I could see a 4 seed having as much of a run as a 1 or a 2 in some parts.
Well, I saw that last night. The big surprise for me, I was watching the Mount Vernon Athens Academy game, and ACAD, who's just for the last 5 years, has been in the quarters, been in the semis, lost it, has been there. And I kind of turned it off when the ACAD got up by 10.
Yeah.
And then I got up this morning, and they, Mount Vernon came back and got them.
Yep, they did. And, a lot of folks were looking at the possibility of seeing Athens Academy and Fellowship going at it in the second round. And now you have Mount Vernon coming in there at 49-42. And, that probably would be one that I look at as, one of those first round surprises. But once again, we look at the rotation this year and we get to see a lot of these second round games that are coming up. And I was on a show last night in Central Georgia at 11:30. I'm on with Rob, Ben, and Joe out of Dublin every single week at 11:30. And they had already started their prep for Brooks County and Dublin. That's how wired they were for this second round matchup, just because of the rotation. It's going to be one of the highlights of round 2 with Brooks County and Dublin going in.
Well, talking about that, give us some of those key matchups that you're seeing next in the second round. They're just doozies, man.
Oh, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, you look at Lowndes and North Cobb. Is North Cobb for real? And Lowndes is going to have to pack a lunch, pack a dinner, as our friend Tommy Palmer always said, and come from the Concrete Palace and play North Cobb next week. You look at that one. You look at Roswell and Norcross. Roswell survived last night with their game against Mill Creek 28-27. They're going to find out really quickly what Norcross is all about. Then, you look at I'm scanning brackets, and I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at and I'm rubbing my hands together and looking and seeing what's going on with Hughes and Glenn Academy. Here's one that's going to fly below the radar a little bit. Langston Hughes shut out Northside Warner Robins last night, 27-0. It was a 2-3 game in 6A. Glenn Academy had no problem with Grovetown, but now Langston Hughes, who garnered a lot of respect in the Southern Crescent, the area just south of the airport and south of 285, they're going to have to go up against a very, very tough Glenn Academy team. I think that one's going to be tough. We mentioned Richmond Hill and Westlake as another example. I'll give you 2 Cinderellas that are good to see. River Ridge is having their best season in school history in 6A, knocking off Kennesaw Mountain in overtime 35-34. They won their region. They're a 1 seed. They get to host Rome. Rome had a lot of graduated seniors, very, very young team. They kind of caught full song at the right time, as John Reed is want to do. And now Rome is going to have to go to River Ridge, and they're going to have that one as a second-round matchup at River Ridge. Then you look at Decatur and Blessed Trinity. Is Decatur for real? Decatur they were the number 2 in their region behind St. Pius. You get speaking of St. Pius on the flip side of that bracket, clash of styles. St. Pius, who runs the Veer, the triple option, whatever you want to call it, going up against Cartersville in the second round, and Cartersville is going to have to go to St. Pius. This game could take an hour and 45 minutes, or it could be twice as long, depending upon who wins time and tempo in that one. But that, to me, is another clash of styles there with Cartersville and Pius as another one. Coffee and Stars Mill. Coffee's going to go on the road again. Stars Mill put up 63 in round 1. Coffee, once again, Robbie Pruitt's just going to sit there, and he's going to roll up his sleeves, and he'll be ready to go.
Hey, you're watching Saturday Morning Live, the Coach and AD, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner, which is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to Georgia Public Broadcasting sports guru, John Nelson. The man wears so many hats. I don't know how many hats he has sitting behind him, but he wears a lot of them. But
275, Coach. That's what the train track has here. 275 above my head, and I can rotate them out. I've got about 450. I'm not kidding.
I'm going to come back locally. I mean, what can we expect, or what do you expect of Benedictine, who's been sitting around since October 30th? They're taking on a true county team that has an all-world freshman quarterback.
I think that it's going to be, this is because of the rotation. This was one of the region lineups that I was going to be looking at and where I had some of my games of the week. Troop, a very talented team coming in as a 4, but once again, you learn the value of one region loss. You learn the value of tiebreakers and how important it is to get as far into your grid as humanly possible. But Tanner Glisson's team's always competitive, always tough. But once again, you're having to come from the Western Frontier and come all the way to the Eastern Frontier for this one. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you might check my watch that doesn't exist. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me if Troop ended up leaving 2 days ago to make sure that they get to Benedictine in time. I mean, this whole region lineup, you look at Troop and Benedictine, that's one to keep an eye on because you've got 2 talented offenses. That game could still be going on next week when we're talking about what's going on. New Hampstead and LaGrange, that's another one for me because we all know what Kyle Hockman can do in the postseason and what he's done at New Hampstead in a very short period of time. New Hampstead, they're going to have to go the other way and go from the Western Frontier to the Eastern Frontier, but his from the Eastern Frontier to the West. But you look at his playoff experience at his time in McEachern, and he knows what it means to make deep playoff runs and challenge for that last game of the year. So I think that New Hampstead's going to give LaGrange a handful on the road. Hardaway, once again, west to east. Hardaway is your 3 seed because they had a game-winning field goal attempt blocked last week of the regular season. They have to go to Islands. That one's going to be an interesting test for Islands, but I think that Islands with their home game, I think it's going to be a lot of motivation, a lot of energy expended there. So this region matchup across the board, I think it's going to be interesting today.
And Jenkins taking on Carver. How good is Carver? From what I hear?
They are very good. And Carver is a very talented, very, very athletic team. It could be a track meet. And I don't know how that fits into Jenkins' style of play, but I think that if Carver turns it into a track meet, could be a long day for Jenkins. And you look at the 2-3 in that mini bracket, the winner of this one gets the winner of Thomas County Central and Baldwin. Baldwin was another one of those teams. Jesse Hicks basically said, I'm not doing any non-region stuff. I'll see you in region play. Traditionally ranked in the top 10 this year, and they come out as a 2 seed, losing to Perry on a field goal late. So Baldwin's going to be a tough test at home in Milledgeville for Ashley Henderson and Thomas County Central. They get the winner of Jenkins and Carver.
All right, so let's wrap this up. What do you got planned this week? What can people do? Where can they find everything? I mean, you got no watch. You got 500 hats. You got a car that's got 500,000 miles. The man doesn't stop. So tell us where you're going to be.
Well, when we know, we'll let you know. We're still trying to figure out our game. We should be announcing it in the next couple of hours where we're headed for round 2 of the playoffs. Keep an eye at gpb.org, the GPB Sports app. You can follow me on Twitter at OSG Nelson, Instagram at Cute Sports Guy, because when the boss says that's what you are, that's what your handle is. Facebook, John Freeman Nelson, like friend, and we'll all share the same experiences going forward.
Love you, man. Appreciate you so much for once again dropping the knowledge on everything that's going on with Georgia High School. And man, we're here. We're getting ready to get deep in this playoffs, and we're gonna find out a lot by the end of next week. Be good. Good luck this week, Coach. We'll catch up soon.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, and remember where we met. The guy that started all this stuff, Tommy Palm. So I gotta love you, buddy.
All right, be good, y'all. Love you.
Hey, stay away from the leftovers.
No.
Hey, quick question: is it legit to eat Thanksgiving dessert for breakfast the next day?
Of course.
Okay.
Hello. I mean, okay, real quick before we go. Here's what we did. Started new traditions. The mother-in-law wanted to have Waffle House for brunch, so we had Waffle House for brunch. I had 2 pieces of key lime cake about 3:30 in the afternoon. Key lime cake, not key lime pie, key lime cake. And then we had ham. I avoided the vegetables in the casseroles. I had rolls and the boss's grandmother's rice recipe, which is basically white rice, beef consomme, and a stick of oleo, the whole stick. That's how old the recipe is. She referred to it as oleo, basically a whole stick of butter, 2 beef consommes, white rice, turns it brown, incredibly fattening, incredibly thick. I'm having it for lunch. We'll see you later.
Awesome, man.
Talk to you later.
Be good.
I mean, he definitely is. I mean, the man, how you can go from the northern part of the state to the southern part, go from the eastern shore to the wilderness in the west. This man, goes up north, comes down to the south. He's all over the place.
The thing is, he's got a show. Then he jumps on 11:30. I didn't know that. So he jumps on 11:30 with the guys out of Dublin, every week and gets that going.
And I'm not going to say anything. I don't know how this other show that took over for our legendary friend Tommy Palmer doesn't get this guy involved. How could you not do this? Tommy Palmer was a smart guy when he said, John Nelson, you could be my friend.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Guy just knows. He is in the center of the sports universe up there in the Metro Atlanta area and just gets all, everything encompassed with it. But like I said, he's pouring over brackets and stuff now, looking at matchups. I'm interested to see where they're going next Friday night. A lot of great matchups in that Metro Atlanta area.
Just put John Nelson in the search bar, and I'm telling you, you're going to find him all over the place, and you'll get all the information you need about high school football and the playoffs, soccer. He'll do it. He'll do anything.
He's got it.
All right, next up, this is what we do this show for. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete, straight out of Calvary Day School, senior football player, Brogan Korta. Great game last week. He's had a lot of good games this year. We get to talk to him, and I got to go to my next step because if not, I'm going to find my sponsors. But once again, you'll listen to the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Sport, all from
Center Sports Universe, Coach's Corner. Brogan, give us 3 minutes.
We'll 3 minutes. Right back. We just talked too much, Brogan.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps to the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We eat New York style. We are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, 3603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Hey, it's the coach and the
AD.
We're right here live at the Center of Sports Universe on the Coach and AD Saturday morning live show, a part of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. There's just too much going on. And, of course, Coach's Corner Sports Network. Well, this is why this show started. This is why he loves doing this. We get to talk to the kids that have done something special. We want you to nominate the kids, the youth. That's what we need. We need some youth here. You know what I mean?
The youth.
Cousin Vinny will help me out on that, okay?
Yes.
And, you can text me. I'm going to give you my phone number because I really don't care. 912-507-9158. Text me an athlete of the week, okay? Please email us. Chad Griffin at Calvary Day School. Karl DeMasi at Islands High School.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, we got a channel. Subscribe if you like what we're doing. But I understand the hour and a half it may be too long for people to watch, so I got to start cutting it up. One more thing I got to find to do. But anyway, this young man last week, what can I tell you? All right. He had 2 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown, made 6 tackles. And I love saying this, not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions in a 37-19 win over Aquinas. And they'll be on the road going to First Presbyterian, right?
Yep.
That's up in Macon, right?
Yep.
So I got my stuff straight. Okay.
You got it, man.
But he's done a great job. New to the area, new to Calvary Day School, but he's making an impact. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Calvary Day School, senior football player Brogan Korta. Brogan, thanks for coming on.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So how'd you wind up in Savannah with that accent? You know what I mean?
My dad got a job at Calvary Day, so I'm down here.
Yeah, I heard some interesting facts. He's also the track coach. He also was a college runner up there at Minnesota, the Gophers.
He was. Go Gophers.
So take it away, boss.
Yeah, so Brogan, man, hey, you've had tremendous impact on Calvary Day School in your short time there. But talk about, what it's been like. A lot of times it's very hard for students to move their senior year. You're at Landmark basically, I think, your whole life almost, right? So you're there a very long time. So talk about what it was like knowing that you're going to move your senior year to Calvary Day School.
I was a little nervous at first, but like right when I got to practice, everybody was accepting and just really welcoming, like the coaches and players. And I'm really glad I came down here and decided to move for my last year of football.
All right, so you played up there in Landmark Christian, and besides football, do you play any other sports?
I've played basketball and I've run track since 6th grade.
Oh, so you're a basketball player for the Cavaliers. I got you.
Well, he's going to stay off the hardwood this year. We've been trying to talk him onto it because he does something track-wise that not a lot of people do. Brogan, tell us what you do track-wise that very few people do around here and almost across the state.
Let me take a guess. You're a decathlon athlete.
I'm a pole vaulter.
There you go. Okay. So that's
Pole
part of
Yeah.
it. You're a pole vaulter. Okay, so how high do you get?
My sophomore year, I got 12 feet 6 inches, and I got 3rd place at state. So I'm hopefully I can bring a ring and bring a state championship to Calvary this year.
Nice. Okay, now when did all the sports start? We know your father's is mom involved in sports too?
No, she was not. She was not really a sports person.
So
But
how
I
did you
started playing when I was 6 years old. That's when I first started playing football. First grade.
Football, okay. And look at the G behind his shoulder there.
I know they're the Green. I think they're Green Bay Packer fans.
Yes.
And your dad also, I always see him with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes, he's from Milwaukee. So
what is the tie to that area? Is there family or tie to it?
yeah, my dad and aunts and uncles are all from Milwaukee, so they all live up there. So
He's got that brew crew in him.
He's got the brew crew.
His family is a brew crew.
yes.
So, Brogan, you've been on both sides of the ball this year. You've been, playing DB, safety, all those things, and then, also been one of the best wide receivers in the area as well. Talk about what it's like on a Friday night to flip that script, from you called an unbelievable pass last week, put your foot in the turf and took off 90 yards, one of the best runs I've seen. Now, also the 3 picks. Just talk about the game last week versus Aquinas. And one, what it meant to Calvary, but also, performance you had.
Yeah, the Aquinas Calvary rivalry is it's a pretty big rivalry. I'm glad that I can make an impact on offense and defense. And when we don't really get something going on offense, I just like to go all out on defense and just try to get an interception or a big tackle. So it was a really fun game and a really big environment.
Now, you're a football player. You got some basketball in your blood. You're a pole vaulter. As far as an athlete, okay, you have to have a routine to make yourself a better athlete, whether it's sports specific or all 3 sports. What's your routine, Brogan, that has made you a better athlete?
Pretty much every weekend I work on footwork, route running, and catching on Saturdays. I do that for about an hour and a half. And then on Sundays, I go to pole vault club and I pole vault with them on the Sundays. So
Pole vault club. I've been around sports for a long time. Tell me about this pole vault club.
It's Pole Vault Atlanta, so it's just a bunch of pole vaulters, and we're pretty much a team, and we practice throughout the week, but I can't make the week practices, so I work with them on the weekends, and we have indoor meets and stuff in Birmingham, so we'll have meets in late December and January. We'll travel as a team and just pole vault.
Yeah, it's definitely, so talk about, that is a very unique skill set, Brogan. A lot of kids growing up, that's usually not what how did you get into pole vaulting? I know we're getting a little bit off the thing here from football, but obviously this is going to play into your future as track season comes up. How'd you get into pole vaulting? Did someone just put a stick in your hand and be like, hey man, I want you to go pole vault? How'd that happen for you?
I don't think it was Dad.
Pretty much, no, it wasn't my dad. Pretty much at Landmark when I was in 6th grade, we have a pretty good pole vault program, pretty good track program. And so one of my coaches were like, I can see you being a good pole vaulter. And so I just started in my 6th grade year. I was not very good. In 7th grade year and 8th grade year, I just kept on getting better. So they just pretty much just said, you're pole vaulting. So
here's the stick, go do it.
So what other events, as we're coming up on track season, what other events do you do?
I also do both hurdles, 110 and 300 hurdles, 4x1 and 4x4. My sophomore year, I got 6th and 110 hurdles and 7th and 300. So
he's very, very versatile young man there, right there.
Without doubt.
Calvary's going to love that. Him all over the place.
That's right.
So what are you allowed to do? 3 events at a track meet?
4.
4? It's 4 now? Okay.
I think it's 4. I hope it's 4.
You're watching the Coach and AD live from the Center of Sports Universe, Coach's Corner, part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Calvary Day School, football player right now, basketball. Well, we don't know about the basketball, but at least pole vaulter. Okay, Brogan Korta. All right, so Calvary Day School, you've been here for a year now, or 8, 9 months. Tell us what Calvary's been like for you.
I've enjoyed it a lot. Just the atmosphere on Friday nights and the teachers, like the players, everybody's really welcoming and accepting, and it's just a great school, and I really like it.
So, Brogan, in that transition of you guys coming in this summer and then spend this time together, tell us, you talk about who's a teacher immediately that you've kind of got a bond with at school that you really enjoy getting in there and getting to know.
I would say Miss Kittles and Mr. Whelan, they're both like really understanding and accepting. They're just really like trying to help all the students and just make them a better person, a better student. And I really enjoy their classes a lot.
Yeah, so Miss Kittles is one of our English teachers. Vincent Whelan, who's be a VP at JCB, is one of our Bible teachers now.
Nice.
As well. So those are definitely two impactful people.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about something other than athletics. What is something outside of athletics besides pole vaulting, football, that Brogan Korta is proud of?
I would say I know Mandarin pretty well. I took 3 years of Mandarin. So I enjoy Mandarin, but I couldn't take it this year because they don't really have Mandarin at the school. So
3 years of Mandarin. So all right, so let's lead into what's next for Brogan. Obviously you're having success, on the football field. You've been very successful on the track. Are you from a college perspective, and I know your recruiting has kind of been late here. COVID is definitely hard on this rising 2021 class because you've not really been didn't get to finish the spring. So you really didn't get to finish the track season. You also didn't get to have, spring football and things of that nature that would have helped. So what are you looking forward, or what's some plans? Is it football and track, trying to find a place to do both? Kind of what are you looking at as the next step for Brogan?
I've been talking to a good bit of coaches for football. I haven't been talking to too many coaches for track just because we really haven't had a season since like my 10th grade year. So I'm hoping in the spring, I'm hoping we have a track season and I can get some new personal records and I get some new heights and I can talk to some coaches there too. But I'm hoping to play football in college. Nice.
And, football, college, what you're going to do, but you got to have some support. Tell us about the family. Okay. We know about your dad, top Division I athlete, mom. Tell us what they've meant to your success.
They just been encouraging me and just helping me not only athletically, but academics. My mom's really been hard on me about that. So without them, I would not be where I am right now. And they've helped me a lot.
Now, Brogan, you got some siblings as well.
Oh, there's more Brogans around?
There's some more. So talk about your siblings as well, because you're the youngest of the group, right?
I am. I have 2 older brothers and an older sister.
So how have they been, and being able to follow them obviously through their careers? And so what's that been like? Having older siblings.
I've really enjoyed it. I don't know if I necessarily like being the youngest child, but they've taught me a lot. In my freshman year, I actually played with my brother. He was a senior, kind of like Jake and Merck. So it was kind of like that. And I really enjoyed it. And they've taught me a lot.
Well, they've taught you a lot. Now it's your chance to teach others a lot. And they're, Calvary K through 12, pre-K through 12?
Yeah.
Pre-K through 12. So if you had a younger classmate or younger student at Calvary and they said, Brogan, how did you get where you are? And how can I be like you? What would you tell them?
I would tell them just to keep working hard and just don't let anybody tell you anything different. Just know that you're a great player and just keep on proving to people what type of player you can be.
How about your academics, buddy? Where are we at with our academics?
Oh, I'm good on academics. I have a high GPA, so.
You might speak Mandarin.
Yeah,
probably
he's
pretty smart kid. So I'll get out here with this. We talked about college. So what are some schools that you've been talking to? I've seen some stuff on social media. You've got some offers here. But if there's some schools that you really want to look at and we'll reach out to, who would those schools be, Brogan?
I would probably say Georgia State just because it's like hometown and like 5 minutes from my house. I've been talking to Mercer coaches, talking to some Navy and Army coaches.
Nice.
Those are the coaches I was talking to, but I'd really be interested in playing for Georgia State. I would really like that.
All right, you get to college, you finish college, you had a great athletic career. What do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? What's your job ambition?
I would probably want to own a business or be a sports broadcaster.
Hey,
there we go.
We're novice at this, but we can help you out. We'll come on and do a show. Be the coach, the AD, and the kid.
That's right.
That would be fun. I would like that.
Oh, it's definitely something we could try. But once again, keep it going. I know you guys got to go to First Presbyterian or First Pres, as you guys call it at Calvary. So keep it going. Good luck, and been a lot of fun watching you play because, believe it or not, I got a little purple and gold in me. I had a kid that went there that loved the place, and I know you're doing the same.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Brogan, man. We'll talk to you soon.
I don't know about you today, but we will go Gophers, though.
Go Gophers.
Talk to you later, Brogan. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I mean, Mandarin, okay, high grade point average, a pole vaulter. I mean, what more do you want? And I'm glad that we can have kids like him on our show.
Yeah, I mean, he worked super hard from day one that he got there. Nothing was given. He's earned everything he's had. He's got a tremendous work ethic, great attitude. I've met his family. His dad's one of our new CFOs at Calvary, and just has a great perspective and a great balance. He's very balanced in life. His mom's, she's finishing her master's degree up at Georgia State as well. And so, they've had that balancing act of living down here, going back to Atlanta on weekends so he can work on pole vaulting. I mean, that's talking about dedication. Every weekend they drive back to Atlanta, work on pole vaulting, and drive back to here and get ready for school on Monday. I mean,
I've heard of volleyball clubs, softball clubs, baseball, traveling team.
Pole vaulting club.
I've never heard of a pole vaulting club. That's pretty neat.
That's awesome because it's not a usual event.
No, it's not.
So, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
All right, now we got to get to a next young kid. I think part of his email is 1975. I mean, I was 2 years out of high school already. This kid just got born, but I'm
right there with you, buddy.
I'm
right there with you.
He's
76.
He's in the 77, graduated. Okay. He's in the coaching fraternity now. We talked to him when he took the job in June at South C. Johnson High School. He took over the boys program for the legendary UTEP Gordon. While he got his first win this week, we got to have him on. We got to revisit that, and that's the basketball coach, the Smasher head boys basketball coach, Chuck Campbell. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Here we go, Chuck. Just give us 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Coach and AD right here from the Center of Sports Universe, Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps to the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, Come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Fuller at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning, sports fans. I know it's not a bright sunny day. It's cloudy. It's dreary. It's going to get cold. I know what that's like. But you're joining in. We appreciate you, whether you listen for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a segment or two. It's the Coach Nadine. Remember, you can go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You could always check out who we had on, listen to your favorite guests, listen to a favorite person. Once again, go to YouTube, subscribe to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report channel, and you can find out what's going on in local sports. Remember, this show is all local, all the time. All sports, all music, and we got a special guest coming in that John Henderson got. I think he hooked up with Santa Claus, brought this guy in.
Always hooking up with Santa Claus.
I was always hooking up. But anyway, hey, we had this young man, and he's a young man. Back in June, he got announced as the South C. Johnson head boys basketball coach. He's been around the area for a long time. He's known in the basketball community, does a great job, and I'm glad I came on because he got his first win ever as a head varsity coach, and he's coming straight from South C. Johnson High School. Joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the head man, Chuck Campbell. Chuck, thanks for coming on this Saturday morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know what? We talked way back in June. You told us your expectations, what's going on. But congratulations on that first win by beating Jenkins the other night.
Thank you. Actually, it came against New Hampshire. Yeah.
I thought it was Jenkins.
That's Jenkins' our second game.
Oh, so he has 2 under his belt now. Okay. Well, you know, with 20,000 things I'm doing, it's hard to keep up who's playing who, when, and where. So if I don't have a paper in front of me, it's tough. So
it's all good.
So tell us, what was it like going into your first game?
To be honest with you, I wasn't nervous because, you know, I coached in 3 state Final Four games and coached in 2 state championship games. So it kind of prepared me for that moment. So I was okay with the atmosphere. It was cool. It was cool. But it felt good to be, to come out there and have my coaching debut.
So what's it been? I mean, you coached in those big games, but obviously there's always a difference when you move 17 inches to the right and you become that guy sitting there. You know, assistant coach is one thing, and hey, you've been in big situations. Yeah. Always different when it's definitely on you to make all those calls. So what's that transition been like to where, hey, it's you making those calls, making those decisions? How that's been, and how have you adapted to that?
I think I adapted to it real easy, but one thing I got to remind myself is that I got to stay in the coach's box. You know, because I got my assistant coach Coach Mike. He kept grabbing me by my back, like, yo, step back. So I gotta get used to that. So I'm like my man named from UGA, the head coach Kirby Smart. So he's pulling me, you know what I'm saying, making sure I stay in the coach's box. But other than that, it's like second nature, you know, because I had 2 good coaches that I coached under, and I kind of model myself after them and watch them, how they behavior. So that helped me a lot too. But throwing a little bit my style, I did good. You know what I'm saying? I had a good, you know what I'm saying, first game, debut. No problem, no worries.
You had Bakari Bryant, you have UTEP Gordon, now we got Chuck Campbell. Okay, tell us what concepts or fundamentals of coaching that you've taken to the secondary coach. One guy's still coaching, you retired, so UTEP retired. Tell us about your combination of those guys.
Starting with Coach Bryant, you know what I'm saying? Coach Bryant taught me not to never never let them see you sweat. You know, everything, you know, don't if you panic, your team will panic, right? And he always let us know that, you know, no matter what area in the game we in, first, third, fourth quarter, we got a chance to win the game. He made me a believer when, to be honest with you, we played ironically, we played Johnson High School in the region championship one year, and we was down by 12 points with like 3 minutes left in the game. And he kept telling us that we're gonna win this game, And I was looking at the other assistant coach like, yo, we down 12 with 3 minutes left, man. All they could do is hold the ball and run, you know what I'm saying, dribble control. But he saw the future, and we won by 3 points. So I got that from Coach Korta. Now with Coach G, I got that swagger, you know, that talking noise, you know what I mean? Like, hey, do it my way, don't do it at all, you know what I'm saying? His presence, you know what I'm saying, he just controlled the room, you know, and all the kids listened to him, all the coaches listened to him, and he gave me that output, the input about, you know what I'm saying, staying calm, don't rush nothing, and run your sets, all right? If the sets don't run, keep running, reset, all right? So for them two right there, also defense too, from both of them, you know. But other than that, you know, I just enjoyed them for the past 5 years, Kari for 3 years, and Coach G for 1 year. And I honestly say that they helped my career out a lot, even though my career just getting started. You know, to this day, I speak to them both daily. Coach Brian every day, every night. Coach G at least twice a week. And they just let me know they got my back, and don't let nobody, you know, put no bad salt in my ear. Just keep going. He said, you're gonna have criticism. They're gonna talk about you. So just have tough skin and don't worry about it. And that's a true statement. Even though I'm 2-0, you know, it's
what do you see in the first 2 games? Like that, hey, we're doing this really well coming out of the gate. Some things maybe you want to tighten up a bit.
I'll go back to defense. You know, our offense, like I told my kids, I got a bunch of scores. And I tell them, I'm not worried about scoring the basket. It's about defense. It's about stopping the other team from scoring on us. So, you know, I kind of like critique everything they do. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying, I just talk to them about it. You know, I don't try to bash them or, you know, get on them, but I do explain to them what I mean to them. You know, after that, I might just send them back in the game or give them like a little 1 minute brief and get them back in the game. But it's really defense for me. You know, I don't, you know, offense, I'm not worried about the offense. Once our defense start clicking, we're going to be okay, you know. So that's about it. You know, that's it, defense. That's the only thing.
And you're watching Coach and AD right here from the Center of Sports Universe, Coach's Corner, part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to the first-year head coach over at South St. Johnson High School. Chuck, I know you got a lot of guys sitting on that bench with you. Who did you keep them, UTEP staff, and who'd you bring in with you?
Actually,
Don, you brought in.
Yeah, I brought Coach Mike and also Coach Troy from Jenkins, but, you know, it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? He had some things he need to take care of. But also, Coach Troy is there. He's still with me. He makes sure he had every game. I talk every day to Coach Troy. These two guys, like, you know what I'm saying? Coach Troy, I tell you the truth, my first year at Jenkins, I didn't have too much conversation with Coach McCarty, Coach Brian. It was really Coach Troy. You know, Coach Troy brought me in. He kind of like showed me the rope. He taught me how to read the defense. He taught me how to, you know, never seem to sweat as well. But Coach Troy, you know what I'm saying, he played a big part of my early coaching career. And also, you know, Coach Mike joined us my second year. You know, and so how Coach Troy showed me the rope, I showed Coach Mike the rope. So when I got that head position, you know, I wanted to bring my guys in. You know what I'm saying? That showed me love. You know what I'm saying? With them two right there, it's more than it's basketball. It's a brotherhood. So every day, you know what I'm saying, they my family. So it wasn't no brainer who I was going to bring in with me.
Right.
When I got the opportunity.
Well, Coach, talking about, you know, as a, you know, we're still dealing with this COVID era of high school sports, especially as the winter progresses weekend. So talk about, you know, each day right now, we don't know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going on. How have you guys adapted, you know, to just handling it day by day? How your players?
To be honest with you, since like day one, I told them, you know what I'm saying, like, with the day and age we living in right now is kind of dangerous. And I tell them, like, you know, I'm not around y'all every day, so you got to watch who's around y'all. You know, so make sure y'all taking care of yourself, because my coaching staff, like, we much older, you know what I'm saying, and the young kids, like, they more of the carriers. So we try to make sure they stay safe as well. And I try to, you know what I'm saying, embed that into their brain. Also tell them that, you know, they need to start taking vitamin C supplements, vitamin D, you know, stuff like that, green tea, and make sure they take care of their immune system. But like I tell them every day, like, they gotta, since we in this pandemic, I try to tell them that, you know, play every game as like it's your last game, you know, and that's the thing, right? Because we're not sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping and praying that we have a full season. But if we don't, you know what I'm saying, I understand, because, you know, our kids and ourselves our health becomes first for anything. But if everybody do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, buckle down, and, you know, we should be okay. But with this COVID thing, you know, I just try to tell my kids to put the right supplements in their body, and also do the same my coaching staff. But right now, I didn't do it yet. We're starting now. I'm gonna make sure that every time my kids come to practice, like before each game, I give them some vitamin C package, you know, and make sure, you know, they taking care of themselves. But, you know, I just pray that everybody stays safe, you know what I'm saying, watch out for one another.
All right, and this will be the last question from the coach to the coach. I'm not looking for any insight. I'm not looking for scouting tips, but you got to talk about the kids over there. You got one of the best guards in the city, one of the best basketball players in the city. Talk about your kids. I mean, that's why you're doing it.
Oh, man, now, what did I start from? I'm going to start that kid you talking about. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Bowles. Mr. Bowles, I pretty much told him that, you know, I told everybody they roles this year on my basketball team, and I told him his role last, and I told him, like, right now you got to book bag us. What I mean by book bag us, put us in a backpack and carry us. You know what I'm saying? I told everybody that, you know, everybody got roles. I got the super sophomores. I got Antonio Baker. I think he's gonna be the next one. You know, Antonio Baker is the next one. I got Larry Pounds, another sophomore. Nice mid-range jump shot shooter, and he also played defense. I got the big boy, 6'6", 260. All right, Jaheim Robinson. All right, you know, he trying to get back into the flow of things. A little rusty right now, you know what I'm saying. I know he tired of me yelling at him all the time to take over the game, but he's gonna get it. Who else? Oh man, I got another little sophomore point guard, Stephon Frazier. He's like 5'6". I want him to be. He's like a little gnat on defense. You know what I'm saying. Who else? Micah Johnson, another one of my seniors. Good shooter. He plays big for us. Good rebounder. And I got a bench, but another thing too, you know, our football team lost yesterday, so I got like 3 kids coming back. I got a 6'6" kid in Dylan Boone, and then I got a 6'3" junior in Ted Hurst, and I have a 6'1" sophomore. All right, Jaden Brown. All right, so they all coming back on Monday. I gotta have the football team come back for tryouts. So I'm my team. We're kind of big and long this year. It's been a long. John's had a big team, long physical team. So I'm looking forward for the challenge. The kids is a new system. It's a motion offense system. So everybody have a chance to showcase their game. Like we're not just a Madre Bowles team, right? You know, he got trust me, he have a fancy car to drive, you know, and he got some parts. You know, we're taking one game at a time. Right now, you know, we're not paying attention to state rankings because rankings is, you know what I'm saying, as somebody else's opinion. You know, we still got to play the game. So I just want to prepare my kids for the next part of the season. You know, so I told them that, you know, first part is a regular season, second part, region playoffs, and the third part, you know, state playoffs. You know, so I always tell my kids every year as assistant coach, you know what I'm saying, the last game of the season is a championship, which will be March 7th or March 9th. That's our goal.
I like it, Coach. Keep up the good work. I love you. You know, you're right. Defense is, we talk about all the time. Offense is nice, but you win championships doing what?
Playing defense.
Sounds like you got a lot of guys there that can really like that defense and now make your offense go.
Yes.
Coach, good luck. Hey, man, I love what you're doing, how you impact the lives of the kids, and keep it right, man. So we appreciate you, and we'll be following you throughout the season.
Oh, man, thank you for having me. I enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday.
Hey, Chuck, have fun and keep that ball bouncing over there.
Yes, sir. They're in the background getting it in right now.
I hear you. I got to wait, but we'll be back.
Hey, Coach, we're looking forward to you. Hey, stay safe, Coach, and thank y'all once again.
Hey, one quick question. You don't wear the opposing team's color in your ties, do you?
I can't tell you that.
I mean, if you're gonna be like, you gotta be like Coach G. I mean, he's just cool breeze.
Dude, hey, I tell you what, Coach. It depends on on the magnitude of the game. It depends on how I switch it up.
Hey, I got a teal shirt, a teal tie you can borrow. I'll let you know about that.
Thank you, Coach. All right, thanks, Coach.
I mean, young, energetic, loves what he does, and that's what it's all about. So, hey, South Sea Johnson, Windsor Forest, that division over there. I mean, it's going to be
black and blue.
Black and blue. It's going to be, you got Beach, Savannah High, the old ball coach Tim Jordan taking on a new guy. I mean, it's just, even Groves. I mean, Kevin, I apologize, Kevin. We got to get him on. New coach, went to Groves, comes back as the head coach there. So, I mean, there's a lot of stories going on in high school basketball.
Well, I tell you, and see Savannah in basketball, man, it's just, I mean, he's just listing out players, 6'1", 6'3",
on his
6'6",
team.
6'6", and that's just not him. That's, kind of all over the place. Savannah is just is a basketball town, and that's what they really gear up for. So, once again, man, we found a lot of basketball here next month or so.
All right, next up, we got a special guest. We usually go 3 out the door. Hey, but we're on time. We go 9 from whoever, whatever, who cares? Okay, but tonight here out in the Sound Garden, we got Tommy Holland and Friends Musical Toy Drive. It's the 5th year that they've done this toy drive. It's the 2nd year over here at Coach's Corner. He's going to be out in the Sound Garden. Tommy Holland coming on now, telling you how you can help. Musical toy drive, not just a toy, but a musical toy drive that helps our kids. And, we say basketball, we say sports, but I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of talented musicians in this city.
Without a doubt, man.
So next up, Tommy Holland and Friends. Tommy Holland, he's going to talk about his friends in the musical toy drive with the coach. The AD. We only got room for 2 people here, so we want to keep that social distancing thing going. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 3 minutes because what do we got to do?
You got to pay some bills.
Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here from the Center of Sports Universe, Coach's Corner, all part of the
Coach's Corner Sports Network.
There you go. This guy's catching on.
I'm getting there, man.
Give him a soccer ball. He'd probably beat me no trouble at all.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps to the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Caring. We ain't New York style. We are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
You got to love that rejoining. You got to love how we smoothly come back into the center of Sports Universe, Coach's Corner. Once again, it's the Coach Karl DeMasi and the AD Chad Griffin, or the Coach Chad Griffin, the AD Karl DeMasi, having a lot of fun every Saturday morning right here at the Center of Sports Universe on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board. Well, we got a special guest. I pulled up this morning. I was waiting outside. Here comes the boss man, John Henderson. He says, you got to help me out. We got a great guest coming on tonight. He's got a great charity that he's helping out. He's also going to play some music. He's going to strum some music out there. And doing this interview will be our man here right now, Tommy Holland and his friends' musical toy drive, plus a lot of music going on in the Soundgarden. He's going to have to probably dress a little wrong, but he'll do it. Joining now, the AD, Tommy Holland.
Come on in, Mr. Holland. Get this hot seat right
Thank you.
here.
Thank you. Oh, it's hot, all right.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
So we're being joined by Tommy Holland. All right, so Tommy, talk about, one, your musical prowess, all right, and how you got started in your musical world.
Years ago, I had music in my family, musicians in my family. I ended up with a guitar and then just started actually playing in church groups. And thank goodness I did that because Lord knows where I'd be today otherwise. But and then just being around musicians is the main thing. And, that's the thing about music. It's like as it grows and the more you communicate with your friends and your musician friends, I ended up forming 7 years ago a little group over at Coffee Deli ended up being out the Midtown Pickers at Coffee Deli, and that group we have done so much volunteerism for the first 3 years. My toy drive was at Bar Food, Bar Food Coffee Deli. And then we kind of outgrew it, and that's why we're here tonight is putting on our 5th annual Tommy Holland and Friends musical toy drive.
Well, talk about that, Tommy. One, music is a universal language, just like sports. Coach DeMasi and I talk about all the time. Is sports is something that brings people together. Music is the same. And during this pandemic, I've missed going to concerts. Coach DeMasi's missed going to concerts. We're fortunate here. Coach's Corner's done a good job, a great job of still bringing that music in. And that's really what brings people together out here. But talk about the importance of this is your 5th year doing this drive. You've outgrown Coffee Deli in that year, and here you are, your 2nd year at Coach's Corner. What was the goal for Tommy Holland and Friends when you guys have these toy drives? What's the goal for you behind that?
End result is to hopefully get a decent starter instrument into the hands of a teenager. We are the things that we are going after are teenagers. Which is very influential age, and we hopefully can put a decent instrument in the hands, and they'll go that avenue in life. And it can be a game changer for somebody to be able to play an instrument, just like excelling in sports. When you've got goals that you can keep meeting, and it's a lifelong challenge.
Well, talk about that, the musical prowess and getting in that. So we have this toy drive here, this musical drive here to get instruments. What type of instruments are you guys looking for that they can bring to tonight or in maybe the next couple of days that you want to get those? Talk about what exactly are you looking for that people can bring to Coach's Corner tonight?
Tonight, we're looking for decent new instruments because they can't. The Toys for Tot can't take used instruments.
Okay.
And especially with the crap going on in the world, And but they would have to be either musical instruments, new, or musical toy instruments. We're trying to target, like I said, a teenager. But if somebody wants to bring a xylophone for a little 3-year-old, maybe that's the seed for that, there. Because any kind of musical instrument, just part of the program we did last year afterwards, just an example of what we're trying to do is when the Toys for Tot portion of it cut off, we still had money coming in. So I went out to Portman's and basically bought 3 packages, keyboard, little hand toy instruments and stuff, and we gave those 3 packages to Greenbrier Children's Home for their 3 daycare centers. And because all the money got spent, and it all stayed locally too. But we're working on some programs now to hopefully get musical instruments into daycares on a regular basis, just to make that happen. But tonight's event, like I said, is just we did $2,500 last year.
Okay.
So far, as of about 30 minutes ago, we're just over $4,000.
Wow.
My goal was 5. I said I was very ambitious, and to be completely honest, 2 weeks ago I had not raised a nickel. I had not gotten my press stuff out. I had not done anything that I was supposed to do, and I have some back problems, and it was winning. And I was this far away from counseling the whole thing. And I went to my friend's house, Gene Lyons. We're sitting there talking music. Gene plays in the band Super Horse, plays downtown, and Gene asked me how it was going, and I said, well, it ain't. He said, well, he reached behind him, and he says, I'm filthy rich, and handed me an envelope with $2,000 in it. So it's like talking about getting a kick in the butt,
Yeah.
And in the last 2 weeks, I've raised another $2,000, or we've raised another $2,000. The community's been unbelievable. I know we'll go past our $5,000 plus all the instruments. Plus, we also have a bucket at Portman's. I've been encouraging people to go to Portman's, buy a gift card, put it in the bucket. So we're probably going to, pick up several $100s more there. We've got a GoFundMe account that I set a goal of 1,000. We're at 760 right now, and I don't mind getting on Facebook and shaming people into buying, donating money. It's
well,
like,
here's your chance. So talk to people right now. Tell people where they can give. We'll talk about your GoFundMe page. So talk about that. Also, you got the bucket at Portman's. If people are out Christmas shopping, Black Friday, Saturday, shopping out here, going to get musical instruments, tell them what they can do at Portman's. And then once again, here tonight at Coach's Corner, what that's going to look like for you guys.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, we start music. In between each band or single, whoever's doing it, entertainment, we will have a raffle. We will be hustling raffle tickets out here like you've never seen. Last year, I had some ladies that were, they were ruthless, but they
That's what you gotta have. You gotta have those people. You're raising money, man.
They got us the money, and we've been very fortunate that we've had a lot of community businesses have donated.
Nice.
Good things. But let me tell you what's really funny is that I found this year, I've gone to a lot of businesses with the opportunity, or giving them the opportunity to give product for our raffle, and you come back and and I know businesses they've caught hell this year. This is it's been tough for locally owned businesses, and that's the only people I go for. Like I said, I had 2 weeks to do it, and it's amazing how these businesses are not not giving hats. So, a lot of people did, which are great, but you come back and they give you a check for $100 or $200 or $500, and it's just a blessing to have a community that's willing to continue to give, because it's been a tough year, and I hope maybe this will be motivation to get everybody hopping and going. But as far as the entertainment tonight, we have got starting out at 6 o'clock. We've got the Junkyard Angel Trio, Andrew Gill, Jason Anderson, and Stuart Marshall, and those guys are incredible. They played here. They opened for Monkey Man on Wednesday night. We've got Song Bandit, Marion Pujan, and Steve Fishhack. And then we've got the Cooper brothers, Robbie and Graham Cooper. Ironically, Robbie and I have been friends since the old Night Flight days. Their granddaddy was my pediatrician, 60 years ago. But we kind of in the last 4 days have put together a little band Scott Alexander was the manager of the Nightlight Cafe when I worked down there on River Street. Incredible piano player. Jesse Jordan's going to be on the drums. Gordon Perry on guitar. Dobby Simmons on bass, and Pete Love on guitar. I mean, it's like the all-star band, that you can throw together. And I'm really looking forward. And I think everybody should really come out and hear those guys, especially because, this chances of ever playing again together is probably slim to none. And then the Not Done, which these guys have been playing, and some amazing musicians and talents in that band. And then my band, which is the Fractions, featuring Skip Jennings, Jerry Stanger, Miguel Jesus, and Dan Cooper and Dean Burdett and myself. And I was telling you earlier that Skip Jennings, you should get him on here in baseball season. Yeah,
Okay.
He is.
Yeah.
You can ask John about him. John and Skip go way back. But and then at the end, I can also have Jay Ellis and Craig Hodges playing. But and no telling who else may drop in. But the last hour, of course, it's going to run later than what it is. So probably going to be a total hour. Everybody that's played has the opportunity to come up, and we do. We do an incredible jam, incredible sing along, and just an amazing grand finale. That's the one thing about this group. And most of these people we've been playing with for 7 years.
So, as we finish up here, we're with Tommy Holland tonight, live in the Sound Garden, starting at 6 o'clock. It's Tommy Holland and Friends Musical Toy Drive. So make sure you come out tonight. Come to Coach's Corner, center of the sports universe, center of the musical universe tonight. What a great fundraiser this is for these guys. Hey, come out, get a new instrument. It's got to be a new instrument here, all right, or money. We'll take money. They'll go to Portman's, buy the instruments. He's already given the instruments to Greenbrier Children's Home. We want to get musical instruments in the hands of these young people, get that next generation of musicians going, just like we have the next generation of athletes we talk about every week. We got to get the new generation of music going here. So, Tommy, once again, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Come out at Coach's Corner. He's got a GoFundMe page. Bring an instrument. Go to Portman's, buy a gift card, drop it in the bucket. We'll see you here live tonight at Coach's Corner from 6 until whenever, like Carl and I showed, to whenever. All right, and see all these people here tonight. Come enjoy some great music, some great fun as well. Tommy, thank you once again for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
And thanks, John Henderson, for providing music.
Always.
Since this whole thing started.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, so that was Tommy Holland. So tonight, Tommy Holland and Friends, Musical Toy Drive here live at Coach's Corner starting at 6 o'clock. No telling when it's going to be over. They're going to have a jam at the end. All these musicians are great here. They all been here at Coach's Corner. And so,
good luck tonight.
Appreciate you. Hey, they're $1,000 away from their goal. We know they're going to hit their goal of 5,000 or more. So make sure you help get them there.
Like I say, it's all local, all sports.
Sports.
Let's take two. All local, all sports, all music, all the time, right here at Coach's Corner with John Henderson and his crew. Adele's here today, helping out during the school day. And don't forget, we got gazillions of TV here. If you want to watch a football game, Georgia Southern, Georgia State. We got Georgia tonight against the Gamecocks. South Carolina, we got Georgia Tech taking on Duke. Come out and watch this. Watch what goes on here. It's unbelievable. But what a great John gives back, okay?
Without
John,
doubt.
and he's a modest man. He's humble. He's not going to blow his own bubble. He never wants to come on here and talk about it. But I'm just telling you right now, there's so many good things that go on here at Coach's Corner. And, I'm a firm believer it's better to give than to get. And what Tommy Holland and his friends are doing, they're giving back to our youth here in Savannah. Hey, Savannah Arts Academy, we talk about it all the time. You want to talk about academics and musicians, okay, who also love their athletics.
Yes.
So these are young kids. They love their profession, whether it be music, dance, singing, chorus, piano, band, but they also like their athletics. So, I'm excited about it. If I can find time here.
It's great. Hey, great. Once again, tonight, 6 o'clock until whenever. Tommy Holland Friends, Musical Toy Drive. Like I said, if you can't get here tonight, you can always come by, drop off a donation. Make sure you do that. Hey, if you're a business, end of the year Giving Tuesday was last week. Hey, give to this organization here, Tommy Holland and Friends. And so, great job by these guys. Once again, thanks, Coach's Corner, for allowing them to do it. And event is just grown out of Coffee Dell area. Been the last 2 years at Coach's Corner.
All right. Well, before we get to 3 out the door, because I think you grill me now, right?
I think so.
All right. It's your week to do me.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I wanted to touch on this because I'm a fanatic, a sports fanatic. But the college football playoff first rankings was announced. The selection committee announced their final, not their final rankings, but their first rankings. It starts with an F. Okay.
Yeah.
So people are excited about this. Will we get there? That's the question. Will we get there with all the stuff that's going on? I think 15 games were canceled last week. I don't know how many we're at this week, but people love football, and of course, don't forget March Madness too. That's a big time thing here, and it's a big money builder for college sports. But the first rankings are out in Alabama, and who's staying home to watch it? Nick
Saban. So Nick Saban be at home watching Auburn, Alabama today.
Yes.
All right, playing from the. They on the planes today?
I don't know where it's at.
Alabama.
I don't know where it's at. I can tell you in a second.
So I'm sure someone will tweet us or tell us, we're that game. So Sarkisian will be taking over.
Yep.
But Alabama, Notre Dame at number 2, Clemson at 3, Ohio State at 4, and Texas A&M with their head-to-head win over Florida comes in 5 there. So a lot of movement. I know some disappointment, maybe feeling like Cincinnati should be up there being undefeated. Northwestern, a lot of these, after the first week, a lot of these things will get sorted out as games get played.
Right.
All right. But a lot of people were interested in saying that, hey, Clemson was 3 because of their one loss in Ohio State, but I think it's more because Clemson's played more games right now. They didn't have Trevor Lawrence, so to speak. So a lot of movement still can shape up and happen here. And so really what you saw yesterday with that Notre Dame win in North Carolina basically will set up a rematch, ACC title game, it looks like, with Clemson and Notre Dame, and the winner of that will probably be in the top 4.
So, and Ohio State games were canceled today too, right? Ohio State.
No, I thought Ryan Day just couldn't coach it.
Oh, Ryan Day's got COVID-19 also. Yeah. But anyway, what I want to talk about, okay, and we hear it all the time, the non-Power 5 conference teams. Schools. Okay, so we look at it. All right, Cincinnati is 8-0. They're 7th. Northwestern is 5-0. Then we go down to BYU at 9-0, and then a little team out of Coastal Carolina over there by Myrtle Beach, the Chanticleers, Coastal Carolina. They're 8-0. They're not even close. Well, Cincinnati and Northwestern are in the top 10.
Northwestern's a Big Ten school.
Yeah, but that's right. It's
they're not traditional.
Right, they're not traditional. That's like Indiana. Okay, did Indiana make the top? Oh, Indiana came in 12. So
Ohio State.
Last night we saw Iowa State. They're 6-2. Are they better than Georgia? Georgia has 2 wins, 2 losses.
I know that was the big argument was how high Georgia was, and the fact those 2 losses they lost pretty handily. Wasn't close games really. From there, I think they're what the committee's looking at right now: strength of schedule.
Right.
That's why BYU is getting absolutely gutted. Listen, now, they have done exactly what they said they were going to do is play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And they've done that, and they're 9-0, but they are not getting any love because of their schedule.
Right.
They can't help that games on their schedule has been canceled. I don't see any way they get up there. Maybe they get into a New Year's Day game. Maybe they get high enough to get into a game like that because I think you're going to see some more losses here from the top. Either Florida, if Florida loses, that'll be 2 losses to the loss to Alabama, maybe the ACC championship game. Cincinnati is the one team I think
scary
that could scary good that could possibly crack it, but you're going to have multiple losses there by Ohio State to get them in. I think Texas A&M will lose somewhere.
What bothers me the most is this is money driven. Okay, this is money driven. We go to Division 1 AA. We go to Division 2, Division 3. We
have playoffs.
We have a playoff.
Full field.
There was, I forget where I read it. I don't know if it was Sports Illustrated, US Today. There was a concept where you can incorporate all your bowl games into a college football playoff system.
You could.
But for some reason, we can't do that.
I think
it's better than the mythical college champion. We outright, have somebody. Alabama's playing. Auburn is playing at Alabama. Okay, so there's got to be in today's world with all the technology, all the research, all the driven statistics we have. There's got to be a way that we can come up with a 16-team playoff, okay, and get it involved in the bowl system.
Part of the issue is is the TV contracts that are signed, and when those run out
is
in
forever.
Conjunction. All right, that's kind of the issue. You know, if they could figure out the bowl alignments with the conferences, divvy up the money. I'm sure someone's already been working on this. I'm sure it has.
Oh, it's out there. It's out there.
But the key is the TV contracts linked to the bowl games, which ESPN has them all. You know, from that standpoint, and so I'm with you. I'm for it. I'd like to see a playoff of 16 to 32 teams, rolling with it just like FCS and Division II does, Division III, everybody else in the whole college football world. But here's the thing you got to remember. NCAA does not regulate Division I football.
Nope.
They don't regulate it.
Nope. They
so
can't.
that's why you might not ever see it.
They
can
regulate the eligibility and the cheating and all that
yes,
stuff.
They do. But that's how it's the only way you're going to get. Only way you're going to get it is the tie in the money to the TV contracts back to the schools.
Well, until that happens, we'll wait and see. But there's got to be a way to do it. I mean, I grant you it's better than the mythical national champion, but it's going to be the same teams from the same Power 5 conferences. The little guy's not going to get a chance. That is what is so great about March Madness.
Yeah.
We have 68 teams.
The Maryland, Baltimore counties of the world, the UMBCs of the world.
Can make it.
Can make it.
Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. 3 steps out the door. It's time for you to grill me.
All right. So for your Thanksgiving feast, okay, what was the best thing you had for Thanksgiving? Best non-dessert item.
I can tell you this year, it was the spiral ham. It was out of this world.
Where'd you get it from?
My wife got it at Sam's, I think.
Nice.
But it was out of this world. Of course, the deep fried turkey that I did wasn't bad either. But for some reason this year, the ham caught my taste buds, my appetite, my smell, the ambiance of. I mean, it was
Lagasse over here.
I mean,
grabbing
the spiral ham was out of this world.
So ham was the best.
Right.
Best main dish. All right. What was the best side dish you had?
Probably gonna get myself in trouble here.
Be careful.
We didn't have it.
You didn't have it.
We didn't have my favorite side dishes.
Ooh. Oh, you said dishes, plural.
There's 2.
Okay, go for it.
Sweet potato souffle and turnips. My mother-in-law would make those 2 every year consistently. And my wife had a tough job this year, okay? She sent it out to the kids, and she asked the kids what side dishes they would like, and they had to choose it. And me, of course, with my blinders on, not paying attention, I did not see there was no sweet potatoes or turnips.
What's up with your kids?
What
would they choose?
What do we have? We had, of course, you're going to love this, cranberry sauce. Okay, we had, of course, stuffing. I'm trying to think what else did we have.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. We had a loaded baked potato, mashed potato dish that was out of this world.
That's legit. I'll give you that. That's a legit dish.
I'll say that was probably my favorite.
Okay.
What else did we have? We have a corn casserole. Of course, we had the green pea corn, casserole. But it was a corn casserole that my daughter-in-law made that had, it had a cream in it. It had a heavy cream in it. It had jalapenos in it. But you know what? I got to be honest with you. I'm not a jalapeno guy. I'm not a spicy guy. And I know I'm going to turn people off by saying this. I don't really care for chili just because of the spices involved in it. But, yeah, there was some good choices.
So the loaded mashed / baked potato was your best
casserole
side.
would be my favorite best side.
I'm sure there were some desserts because I know there were some Zeppelis because I got the picture of the Zeppelis and the powdered sugar and everything else. And thanks for bringing me some.
Right. We had.
You always say, hey, they're not good the day after anyhow.
They're not.
Whatever.
They're not.
I'm telling you, you can reheat
Someday
it.
I'll bring it in. Okay. All right. So we had Zeppelis. We had pumpkin pie.
So your ham. So you had your spiral ham.
Right.
Loaded mashed potato, baked potato, casserole dish was your best side.
Right.
Dessert.
Well, we had a pumpkin pie. We had Zeppelis. Well, the Zeppelis were the night before, but they're still number 1. Pumpkin pie, chocolate chip cookie dough pie.
That's your wife makes.
Right. My daughter-in-law made these little pretzels with caramel with chocolate covered with either a cashew or a pecan on it. What else can I go with that? I'm not forgetting as far as desserts go. Of course, the Cool Whip has to be there. I would have to say my favorite. It's always my favorite on. Now, Zeppelis were the night before, so we're throwing the Zeppelis out. was the, of course. Oh, and we had pecan pie, homemade pecan, not pecan, pecan pie. Okay, I have to go. I have to go with my wife's chocolate chip cookie dough pie.
That sounds absolutely
dark chocolate chips in the bottom of it.
That
cookie
sounds
dough.
Absolutely.
I just like eating the cookie dough before she even cooks it. But
like, is there any left?
No, it's all gone.
I can
that never lasts.
Never makes it.
Never makes
it.
Never makes
like
it
to the next day.
Never makes it to the next day.
All right, so spiraled ham.
Right.
Then I'm going to find out this whole mash / bake. So it was kind of thicker.
Oh, it was thick.
So thicker.
I'll get her to send Sherry the recipe.
Send me a recipe.
Okay.
Okay. And then the chocolate chip cookie dough
pie. Right. Even though I made the pumpkin pie, which I love. Okay, but I have to go with the chocolate chip this year.
Awesome. All right, so that was my your three favorite dishes.
Right.
We've been talking about it all week.
Right.
It up, and this was the three dishes.
It happened.
So there you go.
All right. So other than that, we'll be back here Wednesday night. We got a lot of football today. Don't forget, 2 o'clock, Islands takes on Hardaway at Memorial Stadium. 7 o'clock, we got Benedictine taking on Truth County. This freshman quarterback is supposed to be all-world. So I know Danny Britt, the defensive genius is He's probably having nightmares of this kid. And then, of course, Jenkins is out at Carver Columbus in Columbus, Georgia at 7 o'clock tonight. So 6 o'clock tonight. So there'll be a lot of high school football. Then, of course, you got Georgia, South Carolina. You got Georgia, Southern Georgia State. You got Tech Duke. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. So can't wait to see who makes the second round, and we'll go from there.
All right, so your TVs are starting to come on. Remember, tonight, 6 o'clock, Soundgarden, Tommy Holland and Friends, musical instrument toy drive. Get out here, support that cause here at Coach's Corner.
And every Monday through Friday, it's breakfast at Coach's from 6 to 10:30. Hey, he's starting to give in. He's saying that they're going to start doing some weekend brunches here. I mean, this place will be packed house if he does it.
Yeah, ham biscuits
so,
on our show.
Once again, you can have breakfast here. John Henderson has taken the crew from Larry's Restaurant, who closed because of COVID-19, every Monday through Friday from 6 to 10:30. We came in and enjoyed it one morning. It was great. Don't forget Wednesday night, Rubbin' and Grubbin' at 6. The coach and AD Wednesday Night Live at 7, and then we're back here on Saturday
and the
mornings.
Hot Grit Podcast with Travis John and Spencer Max. So 3 shows here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Just check it out. So remember, whatever you may have been doing, and maybe your Thanksgiving was, it was great. You hit it out of the park. But until we see you next week, may it be your best week ever. And what are the 3 things we wanted you to do now? We want you to mask up, okay? Wash those hands, and of course, social distance. God bless. Be safe. We'll see you next. Well, we'll see you this Wednesday night.
See you Wednesday night. A lot to talk about.
What are we going to talk about? Oh, don't forget, we got a special athlete of the week on Wednesday night. Yeah. Special edition, Wednesday night, athlete of the week. Candace Kiefer from Effingham County High School, cross country runner. She's broken the 19-minute mark.
Ooh, she had the best time here in the Greater Savannah area.
We'll be back. Talk to you later.
See you
God
Wednesday.
bless.
Have a
Go
good
Dogs. Go Eagles. Go Tech.